My cousin harmed himself. It's like he chose to do it in the most selfish way possible. I can't mourn his loss because I'm absolutely freaking furious. My cousin popped himself in the head on Saturday morning. Guns aren't a big thing in this country, so no idea where he even got it from. Police took it. He harmed himself in his childhood room at my aunt's house while she's in hospital dying of cancer and was hoping to return home soon so she could die in comfort with the small family we have left. Woman looks like a skeleton already and is barely breathing. She's probably only got a couple weeks left in her at most and she knows it. She's had a hard life and just had to have her older brother tell her that her only child harmed himself today. She had to be told how when her brother told her that she can't see the body. I know that losing a parent hurts. I've lived it. He couldn't have waited just a couple weeks to give that woman the tiniest comfort at the end? He left a note saying that he loves us, mentioning us all by name, and saying that sorry going first and that it's not our fault. That's all well and good, but you know who had to clean up his entire freaking head on Sunday? Me. I guess it makes sense that the police don't just handle that for you, but I didn't expect it all to just be left exactly as it was for me to handle by myself. I wasn't even aware that the mess was there the first time I walked into the room. I knew he had died in there, and knew he had popped himself, but it was like a horror movie. I think I just froze. I called the police and they apologized profusely for the lack of forewarning and suggested cleaning services and gave contact details. I called them up and several were closed, and I was told I would have to wait 3 or 4 days due to backlog and the bank holiday. I've got a kid at home I'd much rather be spending time with before he has to go back to school next week, but it's been very warm lately and I didn't want to leave it for long in case it started rotting and attracting flies, or if my aunt needed to come back home, so I started cleaning up by myself. I just wanted to get it over with. As soon as I thought I had successfully cleared an area I would find bits or blood specks on a surface you'd have thought would be impossible to hit, or some almost cement-like dry clump clinging to something. I just gave up at some point on cleaning pretty much anything that wasn't a hard surface, and decided that throwing most things out made sense. So much of it felt like I was just diluting and smearing it around. Every time there was a chunk that wasn't water soluble I felt sick. Did not take the time to try to figure out what they were. I had to take apart photo frames with pictures of my family, and him and me as children, to clean bits out of the corners. Tore out and cut up the carpet, bedding, bagged up all of his clothes that were out in the open. Recoiled in disgust every time I felt something through the thin gloves. I'm in my 20s, I wish he was still here, we got along well, I loved him dearly, but it's all just being overwritten by the intense anger I feel at him leaving me and everyone else around him in a position where we have to handle this while we all have so much else going on. If she even manages to survive for that long, given how badly she took the news, he's made it so the final act of his mother's life is probably going to be attending his funeral. I wish I could have helped him more when he was here, but even more than that I wish I could just scream at him, if you're going to harm yourself, at least do it in a way that won't frick over everyone who you love and who loves you on the way out.